The Changeling, in a quiet, windswept valley where the grass grew wild and the river sang lullabies to the stones, lived a young couple named Aisling and Tomas. They were kind folk, with humble hands and warm hearts, and after many years of wishing, a baby boy was born to them. They named him Finn. He had hair like raven's wing and eyes as bright as spring water. The villagers smiled when they saw him, calling him a lucky child, blessed by the fairies. But soon, something changed. At first, it was little things. The baby, once giggling and gurgling, grew strangely quiet. His cries became sharp and cold, not like the cries of hunger or discomfort, but wild, unnatural. His eyes no longer sparkled. He stared into the distance, as if watching things only he could see. "He doesn't look like himself," whispered Aisling to her husband one night, holding the child close. "Something is different." The neighbors, too, began to murmur. "You've heard the tales," said old Bridget, the village herbalist. "Sometimes the fair folk take a human child and leave one of their own behind, a changeling." Tomas scoffed, but Aisling was not so sure. She went to Bridget for help, and the wise woman gave her simple advice: place iron scissors beneath the child's cradle. Fairies cannot bear the touch of cold iron. And try a test: do something so strange it would shock a true child into tears or laughter. If he reacts strangely, then he is not your son. So that night, Aisling laid the scissors beneath the cradle. Then she took an eggshell, filled it with water, and set it by the hearth. She pretended to stir it like a soup, humming an old lullaby as she did. From the cradle, a voice piped up, thin, sharp, and too old for a babe. "Brewing soup in an eggshell? I've seen acorns crack and mountains fall, but never such nonsense." Aisling froze. The child stood in the cradle, grinning with tiny, sharp teeth. His eyes gleamed with mischief. In that moment, the truth settled like frost. This was not her son. Without a word, Aisling opened the door wide and flung the changeling into the wind. The fairies, who had been watching, took their child back in a swirl of leaves and light. And just as the sun crested the hills, a soft cry came from outside. There, lying in the grass wrapped in a blanket of moss and wildflowers, was Finn, her true son, sleeping peacefully. She gathered him into her arms, heart overflowing with relief. His skin was warm, his breath steady, and when he opened his eyes, they sparkled like they had before. From that day on, Aisling never left iron far from the door, and she hung rowan branches in the rafters each spring. But more than that, she always kept one thing close: a deep respect for the mysteries of the world, and for the fair folk who walk beside us, unseen, but never far.